Have you ever wondered if some of your daily habits might be quietly working against you as you grow older? Could the routines you've trusted for years actually be undermining your health and independence after 70? And what if breaking just a few of these patterns could restore strength, clarity, and confidence in your later years? The truth is, certain habits we take for granted, things done for comfort or convenience, can slowly erode both physical and mental well-being. In this video, we'll uncover 6 harmful habits that may be accelerating the aging process, and we'll share practical ways to shift them. Stay with me until the end to discover simple steps that can help you regain energy, confidence, and freedom, ensuring you live your later years with vitality and purpose. Before we begin, I'd truly appreciate it if you like this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss future lessons. If you find value here, please comment number 1. If not, comment 0 to let me know how I can improve for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Avoiding muscle strengthening activity. One of the most damaging mistakes people make after 70 is neglecting exercises that build muscle. Many believe that slowing down and avoiding exertion is safer as they age. This seems reasonable. Stiff joints, reduced balance, and hesitation when lifting even light objects can make activity feel risky. But the reality is different. Scaling back too much only accelerates muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia, which becomes increasingly serious after 70. Progressive muscle loss doesn't just weaken strength, it threatens independence, mobility, and overall quality of life. Muscles are not only for lifting, they're the foundation of daily movement. Each time you stand from a chair, climb stairs, carry laundry, or reach for something on a high shelf, your muscles make it possible. Without regular use, they weaken, making even simple tasks harder and raising the risk of falls, injuries, and dependency. The good news is that preventing muscle loss doesn't require extreme workouts or an athlete's routine. What it takes is consistent, intentional engagement through exercises adapted to your abilities. Simple resistance activities, like chair squats, wall push-ups, light dumbbell lifts, or resistance band routines, can deliver tremendous benefits. These help preserve muscle mass, improve joint stability, enhance balance, and boost energy. Take Harold, for example, an 82-year-old who shows the power of strength training later in life. After a minor fall, he grew overly cautious, limiting himself to short walks and long hours on the sofa. Believing rest was safer, his mobility and confidence declined, and everyday tasks felt overwhelming. But when Harold consulted a physical therapist, he discovered that inactivity was hurting him more than exercise ever could. The therapist introduced a gentle routine, 5-minute sessions of basic movements like standing up from a chair without arm support, lifting soup cans, and practicing balance by standing on one foot while holding the counter. Within just 2 months, Harold began to notice remarkable changes. His legs grew stronger, his balance steadied, and his confidence returned, allowing him to move with greater ease. The benefits of strength training go far beyond physical ability. They reach into personal dignity and independence. There is profound empowerment in knowing you can get out of bed unassisted, walk through a store without leaning on a cart, or kneel to play with a grandchild and rise without help. These small acts of independence are anything but trivial. They affirm your ability to live life on your own terms. And the best part? Strength training doesn't require hours each day. Just 10 to 15 minutes of purposeful movement a few times a week can slow or even reverse muscle loss, improve circulation, and lift your mood. The danger of muscle loss lies in its silence. Unlike an injury, sarcopenia creeps in slowly, often unnoticed, until daily tasks become more difficult. You may find yourself winded more easily, struggling with stairs, or relying heavily on your arms to rise from a chair. These are not unavoidable signs of aging. They are your body's way of asking for care. The encouraging truth is that it's never too late to begin. Studies show even people in their 80s and 90s can rebuild strength with consistent effort. You don't need costly equipment or a trainer, just a willingness to choose movement over long hours of sitting. By making that choice, you are not only preserving your body, but safeguarding your freedom and vitality. Number 2. Eating like you did in your 40s. Another common and often overlooked mistake after 70 is continuing to eat the same way as in earlier decades, keeping the same portions, meal patterns, and comfort foods that once suited younger years. This habit feels natural and comforting, built over decades of routine. In earlier years, these eating patterns worked well, supporting an active lifestyle and stable health. But as the body ages, nutritional needs, metabolism, and digestion change, making old habits less effective, and in some cases, even harmful. After 70, metabolism slows, meaning you burn fewer calories at rest. Digestion becomes less efficient, and your body needs a different balance of nutrients to support bones, memory, and energy. Yet many older adults continue eating the same way simply out of habit, rather than listening to their body's new needs. Large portions of heavy meats, refined carbs like white bread, sugary desserts, and processed snacks may have seemed harmless decades ago. Now, they can contribute to weight gain, fatigue, digestive discomfort, or chronic issues like high blood sugar and cholesterol. The reality is simple. Every meal matters more as you age. While you may need fewer calories overall, the quality of those calories becomes critical. Your body now craves nutrient-dense, easily digestible foods that sustain energy and protect long-term health. Adjusting your diet doesn't mean giving up the joy of food. It means making smarter choices that support your changing needs. This could mean reducing portions, prioritizing fiber-rich vegetables like leafy greens or broccoli, adding lean proteins such as fish, eggs, or legumes, and choosing healthy fats from avocados, nuts, or olive oil. Hydrating fruits like berries or melons not only aid digestion, but also provide essential vitamins. The goal is to fuel your body wisely, making sure each bite adds to your vitality rather than weighing you down. Take Emma, a 75-year-old who shows how small dietary changes can make a big difference. She had always enjoyed 3 hearty meals a day, a habit unchanged since her 40s. But over time, she noticed bloating after dinner, constant afternoon fatigue, and her clothes fitting more tightly. Concerned, Emma went to her doctor, who offered practical advice. Reduce portion sizes, fill half the plate with vegetables, and pay attention to fullness signals. At first, she worried eating less would leave her hungry. Yet within a month, she not only lost a few pounds, but felt more energetic, slept better, and even noticed an improvement in her mood. These changes weren't about strict dieting, but about listening to her body and giving it what it truly needed. Mindful eating is an act of self-care, not restriction. Think of your body like a well-loved car. It requires the right fuel to run smoothly. Just as you wouldn't wear the same shoes from your 30s, your eating habits must evolve with your age. Smaller, balanced meals bring sharper thinking, steadier energy, and emotional resilience. Building new eating habits later in life is not only possible, but empowering. It's a chance to rediscover what nourishes you both physically and emotionally, and to create a healthier relationship with food. By choosing quality over quantity, you invest in a body and mind that remain vibrant and strong. If you're still watching and finding these lessons valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Thank you for your time. Number 3. Withdrawing from social connection. As people move past 70, one of the most subtle yet harmful habits is slowly pulling away from social ties. This retreat often happens so gradually you hardly notice. You begin turning down invitations, canceling plans, or choosing the comfort of home instead of the effort of going out. Physical challenges like reduced mobility or fatigue can play a role, as can emotional ones, feeling less relevant or realizing others don't reach out as much. Over time, you may convince yourself solitude is enough, that quiet feels restful, and that you're content in your own company. While enjoying time alone is healthy, chronic social isolation is a serious threat to both body and mind. Loneliness is more than an emotional state. It's a proven health risk. Studies link it to depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, heart disease, and even a weakened immune system. Your brain needs social interaction, much like it needs physical exercise. Conversations, laughter, and even a simple exchange with a neighbor or cashier serve as mental workouts, keeping your mind sharp, your mood balanced, and your sense of purpose alive. Take Clara, an 80-year-old, as an example. After losing her husband, she withdrew, thinking solitude would help her heal. But as months became years, her world grew smaller, her motivation faded, and her joy slipped away. Concerned, her daughter encouraged her to try a weekly senior yoga class, not for the stretching, but for the company. Clara hesitated, worried about fitting in. To her surprise, the true gift wasn't the exercise. It was the laughter, the small stories, and the warmth of being with others. That spark of connection reignited her spirit. She soon found herself looking forward to these simple interactions, and her days became brighter, filled with meaning again. Rebuilding social connections doesn't require big gestures or a packed calendar. It's about steady, small touch points. A weekly call with a friend, a morning walk with a neighbor, volunteering at a community center, or joining an online group around a favorite hobby like gardening or reading. These moments act like emotional nourishment, lifting your spirits and reinforcing that you belong. They remind you that you matter. The real danger of isolation is how it feeds on itself. The less you engage, the harder it becomes to step back out, creating a cycle that's difficult to break. Yet the rewards of connection are profound. Staying socially active sharpens the mind, eases stress, and builds resilience. You carry a lifetime of wisdom, humor, and experiences, and others are enriched by your presence, even when you don't realize it. By reaching out, you care for yourself and offer a gift to others, a reminder that they too are valued and never alone. Number 4, brushing off minor health issues. One of the most dangerous habits after 70 is dismissing small but persistent symptoms, assuming they're simply part of aging. A brief spell of dizziness, mild chest discomfort, constant fatigue, or occasional forgetfulness may feel insignificant, especially if you've always been healthy or dislike making a fuss. But ignoring these subtle signs can carry real risks. Early detection is crucial, and with age, the body becomes both more fragile and more communicative, sending signals that deserve attention. Symptoms that seemed harmless in your 40s or 50s may signal something more serious after 70. Swelling in your ankles could point to heart or kidney issues. Frequent urination might be a sign of diabetes, and mild memory lapses could hint at early cognitive decline. The longer these signals are ignored, the fewer options remain, and complications that might have been prevented can become reality. Take Frank, a 78-year-old who always prided himself on resilience and disliked visiting doctors. When his vision blurred and tingling spread through his feet, he brushed it off as normal aging. He kept silent, not wanting to worry his family or deal with appointments. Only when his daughter insisted did he see a doctor, and was diagnosed with early-stage diabetes. Fortunately, because it was caught early, Frank managed it with diet changes and exercise, avoiding harsher treatments. His doctor warned that waiting longer could have led to nerve damage or even vision loss. This is why listening to your body isn't about being a worrier. It's about responsibility and empowerment. You are the expert on your own body. Recognizing when something feels off is not weakness, but wisdom. Acting quickly often means simpler treatments, fewer medications, and a better quality of life. And if a doctor dismisses your concerns, remember, you have every right to ask questions, request tests, or even seek another opinion. Now is the time to put your lifetime of wisdom to use. Health issues in later years often begin quietly, without dramatic warning signs. By paying attention to changes and acting quickly, you take control of your well-being. This proactive mindset helps preserve vitality, so you can keep enjoying the activities and relationships that matter most. Trust your instincts. They've guided you this far, and they remain your strongest ally. One common mistake after 70 is relying only on memory instead of writing things down. In younger years, recalling birthdays, appointments, or even medication schedules came easily, often without a second thought. That sharpness was a source of pride, and it's tempting to believe you can still manage everything in your head. But even mild age-related memory changes can have serious consequences. Missing a lunch date or forgetting a phone call is inconvenient. Forgetting whether you took your blood pressure or diabetes medication, however, can be dangerous. A skipped or double dose can quickly destabilize your health. These errors often come from brief moments of doubt. Did I already take that pill? And without a reliable system, mistakes happen. Beyond medication, depending solely on memory can lead to missed appointments, unpaid bills, or overlooked commitments, adding unnecessary stress and chipping away at confidence. Tom, a 73-year-old, learned this lesson the hard way. For decades, he handled his family's finances, remembered every birthday, and saw no need for calendars or planners. But with age, the slips began. Missing a doctor's appointment, forgetting a friend's birthday, and even skipping his blood pressure medication twice because he wasn't sure if he had already taken it. At first, Tom felt embarrassed, interpreting these lapses as a sign of decline. But after an honest talk with his wife, he tried a new approach. He began jotting tasks in a small notebook and set phone alarms for his medication. Within weeks, he felt more organized and, to his surprise, less anxious. The simple act of writing things down lifted a mental burden he didn't even realize he was carrying. Using calendars, pill organizers, or reminders isn't weakness, it's strategy. Aging naturally affects memory and processing speed, even in healthy individuals. By shifting routine tasks to a reliable system, you free your mind for what truly matters, enjoying loved ones, hobbies, and moments of joy. The beauty of this habit lies in its simplicity and impact. A weekly pill box can end medication confusion. A fridge calendar can keep appointments visible. A notes app can capture fleeting ideas. These tools don't diminish your independence, they protect it, helping you live with clarity and confidence. Embracing new tools is proof of your adaptability and commitment to thriving, not just surviving in later life. One of the most limiting habits many fall into after 70 is avoiding technology altogether. For some, the rapid changes and unfamiliar screens feel intimidating. For others, one frustrating experience, like a confusing smartphone or a failed attempt with an app, leads to complete dismissal. You might think, "I've managed fine without it," or "I'm too old to learn." Yet these beliefs quietly cut you off from resources that could simplify life, improve safety, and strengthen connections. Technology doesn't mean chasing the latest trend or mastering complex systems. It's about using simple, practical tools that fit your needs. Sending a quick text to family, asking Siri or Alexa to set a reminder, or checking your health records online are small steps that can make daily living smoother. These innovations are not luxuries. They are lifelines. They help you manage prescriptions, reach emergency services faster, connect with loved ones across distances, and access trustworthy health information. By rejecting technology entirely, you risk becoming more dependent on others for tasks you could easily handle yourself. Grace, at 79, shows just how life-changing embracing technology can be, even if it starts reluctantly. She once depended heavily on her daughter to schedule appointments, refill prescriptions, and pass along messages, which left her feeling less independent. Sensing her frustration, her grandson patiently introduced her to simple smartphone tools, a calendar for appointments, reminders for tasks, and a pharmacy app to manage medications. The learning curve wasn't easy. Grace made mistakes, deleted reminders by accident, and misspelled entries. But with practice, her confidence grew, and the change was remarkable. Tasks that once took several phone calls could now be handled with a few taps, restoring her sense of control and dignity. Adopting technology doesn't mean becoming an expert or chasing every new gadget. It's about starting small with tools that truly serve you, checking the weather on your phone, sending a text to a grandchild, setting alerts for medications, or even joining a virtual book club. These modest steps foster independence and engagement, proving that growth and adaptability have no age limit. Learning technology can feel intimidating, especially if past setbacks left you frustrated or self-conscious. But remember, everyone begins as a beginner, and no one expects instant mastery. With the guidance of a patient teacher, whether it's a family member, a friend, or a local class, the process becomes much easier. Many libraries and senior centers even offer free workshops designed for older adults, covering everything from smartphones to online safety. By staying open to learning, you unlock new ways to stay connected, informed, and empowered. Technology is not an obstacle, but a partner that supports you in aging with confidence. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, quietly enhancing your independence and quality of life. All it takes is curiosity and a willingness to try. Thank you for joining me in exploring 6 hidden habits that may be holding you back after 70. We've talked about building strength, adjusting eating habits, staying socially engaged, paying attention to health, organizing daily life, and embracing technology. Each step helps you live with more confidence, freedom, and vitality. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's the one lesson from this video that speaks to you most, and how will you apply it in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights inspire not just me, but our entire community. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content designed to support your health and happiness. Wishing you good health, joy, and peace always. And remember to subscribe to Healthy Aging Blueprint for more guidance on living your best life.